Now I just really want to tell you something. The last month I just made my first step and I will tell you how it was and also how I made it. Hello everyone, I'm just searching for some random thoughts that just escaped from my personal journal. And I thought that it might be here with you. And yes, I just found it here. Please welcome to our podcast, where do me Sarah to discuss topics and share opinions. Hello everyone again. I just really hope you are doing good. And also, I just really want to say that I'm so sorry for being that late. I only was struggling with the first step. So this episode is kind of for me and for everyone who is struggling with us. And this is the purpose of this podcast at the beginning, sharing like for me, for you, and for us. Okay. Today's topic will be about the first step. But first of all, how can I define the first step? Okay, the first step could be to start a new habit, to maintain a relationship, to achieve a goal, to change a mindset, to develop a skill, to complete a task, etc. and etc. So we all have a lot of work that needs to be done, right? But we keep procrastinating until we find ourselves facing the night before the deadline. For example, hearing that everyone sent their work and went to sleep while you still awake all the night and awake, uh, and you will have like two possibilities, which are an average done work or not done at all. But how did you arrive to this situation? Is the first step always hard? I can say yes and no, because it's all about your priorities. As much as you really want to have that work to be done, you will make more efforts to achieve it. And it will be among your priorities, so you will sacrifice more time, energy, and yourself as well. And the beautiful thing about starting is you are doing what you love and enjoying the process by winning the discipline. Because even if you don't like it, you will just you will feel like you should commit yourself to do it. And another advantage is starting early, for example, you will really feel the joy and the peace of mind because you are not that late. And also, you have more time, for example, and you will not have that two possibilities that I just had mentioned. But now you will have a relative perfect work. Okay, now I'm talking somehow about the results of the first step. But the main question is how to start. Okay, before that, I really would like you to ask yourself, as usual, what is holding you back from taking the first step? Okay, just hold on until you are done. I did some research about the obstacles of taking the first step, and here is what I found. Okay, first of all, we have the famous obstacle, which is the comfort zone. Yes. So you are only hesitating to take new risks in your life. And also, we have the best experience. For example, the best experience. It leads us to worry to have the same experience and to feel frustrated. But here, we ignore the fact of learning from the past experience by not repeating the same mistake, for example, and so on. And also, we have the FTF. I know that the FTF has a lot of meaning, but let's use it in our context. The FTF means the fear to fail, because in our life in general, there is some incredible opportunities that we shouldn't miss it out. So that's why you should sit down and start to search for the ways to overcome this feeling. And what I mean here is to control it, not to let it control you. And also, we have procrastination. So, I know that we all know what procrastination means, so I will make it easy for you if you want to say, and I will tell you what I'm thinking about it. So, for me, I can define it as a tool that destroys someone's performance and efficiency. Because when you decide to start, then you are in your highest level of energy. So, by postponing, you will lose the desire to complete the task or what you really want to do, or even to start it. So, to take in consideration that the perfection results procrastination. And also, there is, as a form of obstacles, we have asking yourself the worst question, which is, what if? Yes. Okay, if you just really want to know what I'm thinking about this topic, just go and check out the episode which I talked about it. And also we have the multitasking. And for me, I consider that the multitasking is literally the best way to destroy someone's performance and also the focus. Because now imagine you have a lot of tasks that you need to start it, and here you will decide with which one you will start, and you will take more steps backward, which means the multitasking affects your productivity. Talking about the obstacles, so here we cannot ignore the impact of the environment. Here, giving the time to negative comments will always push you to take more steps backward, not forward, which is very normal. And also, we have making a lot of excuses, complaining, and not finding solutions. Here, you should be aware of it because it will impact your future by playing the role of a victim, by always saying, they are the problem, not me. There is always problems that don't let me to start, for example. And before moving on, if you are really suffering from one of these obstacles, I will give you some tips that it could help you or even inspire you to start. But before that, I would like to tell you why you should start. So I just really want you to know that it's only complicated in your mind because we are just really love as a human's nature. We just really love to make up some bad scenarios in our imagination, if you want to say, because I just really don't want to say fake, but it's only illusions. And also, a beautiful feeling will accompany you after doing what you love and after being out of the comfort zone. And I just really believe that you will regret what you didn't do more than what you did. And I will give you as a gift, if you want to say, this beautiful French quote. It says, like in French, petit à petit, l'oiseau fait son nid. That means that little by little, the bird makes its nest, which is the principle of step by step. And now, here is some tips to follow just to start. And the first tip that you just really need to do is the first tip. And what I really want to say here is that you just really need to have the intention to start and to be aware of it. So you will need to organize your priorities by detecting if the first step that you just really want to do is it really important or not, urgent or not. And I know that some of you just know this technique or have seen it before, but they don't use it. And here we are facing again another problem with the first step. We also have the focus. You need to reduce all the sources of distraction so you can feel bored and you will realize that you have time, like more time, just you and your work. So you will somehow like start to adapt to love and to achieve your work, and by the end you will not be happy. You will not be happy on wasting time in all kind of distractions, and you will realize that you would be another version if you used your time for your benefits. And one of the tips that I just really recommend for all of you, when you just really want to take like the first step, you just really need here to read and also like to get more aware about the advantages and also the inconvenience, for example, in a certain domain. So you will just acquire like more self-confidence. And also we have the positive self-talk. It's really, really important because we are always listening to what we are saying. And you know what? Everyone have a language which they use to talk to themselves. And for me, when I do like, I love to do mirroring. I stand in front of the mirror, like it's a tool. It's not really a language, but it's a tool. I love to stand in front of the mirror, and also I start to talk, even if I look as a dance. But I just really don't care because it makes me feel energetic. So I just really don't care because I really like it. And also, we have the task by task to avoid the multitasking, and also start before being ready because you will never be ready. So if you want to start, don't think too much about the whole journey. It's something, I just really don't want to say impossible, but almost impossible, if you want to say. So here, I just really want to, I just really said that perfection results procrastination. That's what I just really want to say by this point. Talking about the environment, you should be around an environment that will always push you forward and support you. And at the end, avoid complaining, and avoid complaining, and start to find solutions. And yeah, just start it. I know that there's plenty of ideas that you can use in your favor. All you need is to be patient because process takes time. And yeah, that's it. If you just really know any tricks or any tips to follow, just don't be hesitant to share with us. I would be grateful to receive all of your recommendations and suggestions if you want to. Now, I just really want to tell you something. The last month, I just made my first step, and I will tell you how it was and also how I made it. It all started with attending an event organized by some students of the university. This event was about a competition of public speaking, and the topic was AI and ethics, with three languages, which are Arabic, English, and French. I really wanted to participate because I had never been on the stage before, facing some strange audience that I don't know. In fact, I'm obsessed with this skill, which is speaking public, because I always wanted to develop it. So because my comfort zone somehow won, I pretended that I don't like the topic and also I have no time to prepare for it. Honestly, just excuses that leads me to nowhere because I just really realized it after being one of the strange audience. However, I just really went to the event to win, even if I'm not a participant, because I know that even if I don't know no one there, I will push myself to talk with the strange audience or even the participants. I really wanted to ask the participants themselves about how they didn't hesitate as how I did. Okay, so that's why I had a discussion with a beautiful Nigerian participant. I told her I hesitated to be one of the participants. She said, why? I told her I just hesitate and also I didn't feel ready and I had never been on the stage before. And here I heard some beautiful words. It slaps me in my face, but in a positive way, if I want to say. She said, okay, what's your name? I said, Sarah. Then she said, Sarah, imagine if you were, for example, in the mall and you want to go to the second floor. So now you are facing the escalator. What would you do then? Then I just really told her, I would wait until the right stair comes and I will jump in. And here she interrupts me by saying, this is why now you are only one of this audience, not a participant. It was what do you really want to say? She added, you facing the escalator, you are just waiting for the right stair to come. And it's the same as now. You waited until it's right time, until you like the topic and stuff like that to do it. So you just really need to jump in and don't wait for the right stair to come. Because while waiting, you are only wasting time, energy, and not enjoying being out of the comfort zone. She added, if you really worry about what people saying or thinking, then let me just tell you that whether you did it or not, no one of this audience will care. And he was she is totally right. And then I just really remembered that beautiful quote by Martin Luther King Jr., which he said, you don't have to see the whole staircase, just take the first step. So you just really need to focus on the step in front of you, not the entire staircase, which is a beautiful quote, by the way. And about the discussion, if you just really want to know how I felt in that moment, I was surprised, amazed, but also happy because I knew the goal of being among this strange audience today is achieved. I win these beautiful words that always push me to do what I want to do, even if I feel hesitated. About like the effect of this discussion, because 3 weeks after this discussion, we had an event at the university about speaking in general. And I remember this discussion that I had with that girl, and I made it. It was my first time the stage. I spoke to the audience about the first step, and it was my first time being there. I really feel hesitated and also stressed and have an inner voice. It was like saying what I'm doing here. But as it should be, I just really considered that my stress as a source of strength, and I did it, alhamdulillah. And you know what? This podcast will always be my first step to be out of the comfort zone. It will be my first step in a long path because I really wish and I will do my best to better present my thoughts. And also, I really hope that it will inspire you to help you as much as I can. And I really hope that I inspired you to start. And yeah, that's it. I just really want to end this episode by saying that you will never be ready. Just start it. And yeah, that's it. I would be grateful if you leave a nice review or a comment in our platforms if you like this podcast. And yeah, that was all of me today. See you next time. Goodbye.